Hello, we are Hyung-yu, Gyu-lee, Jori, Han-nim, and Jimin Jang, second-year students at Chungnam Science High School. We conducted a research project titled Development of a Korean Forest Fire Spread Simulation Model using Forest Metadata. Wildfires cause significant human and economic damage, and their impact has been worsening due to the climate crisis. In particular, wildfire occurrence has become twice as likely, while reliable spread prediction systems remain insufficient. Recognizing this urgency, we decided to work on the development of a wildfire detection and spread simulation model. Our research plan is as follows. First, we collect and label wildfire images and train a YOLO model for real-time wildfire detection. Detection results are then linked to a spread simulation to build a deep learning-based wildfire detection system. Next, we build a cellular automata wildfire spread simulation that incorporates 3D terrain, weather, and fury data, and we visualize the result using Unity. The expected impacts of our research include reducing wildfire damage, minimizing forest destruction, and contributing to responses to the climate crisis.
I developed a deep learning-based wildfire detection model. For the first model, I collected a wildfire image dataset from Kaggle. After data pre-processing and labeling, I constructed a dataset containing two classes, fire and smoke. Then I trained the model using this dataset. The training research showed that based on AP50, the fire class achieved 33% and the smoke class achieved 73%. Because Model 1 did not reach a performance level suitable for practical use, I proceeded to develop a second model. For Model 2, I collected a labeled wildfire data set from AI Hub and performed data preprocessing to build a dataset containing only the fire class. As a result, Model 2 achieved an MAP50 score of 94%.
Next, I'll walk you through how we built a wildfire spread simulation. The workflow has two stages: collecting and processing the input data and implementing the cellular automata-based simulation and validating it. Before the pipeline, a brief note on the cellular automata approach we adopted. We discretize continuous space into grid cells and at each step compute each cell's next state from its neighbor's current state. Because wildfire propagates partially through local interactions, a cellular automata is natural fit. For the collection and processing, we obtain elevation data from National Spatial Data Platform, downloading the XF files and extracting contour lines. We imported the elevation into SketchUp and used the built-in sandbox tool to generate train mesh, which serves as the base for simulation visualization. We then brought the train into Unity, use physics.raycast to sample each grid cell's elevation, and normalize the value for the model inputs. For base station, we use the Global Wildfire Information System to identify the original data sources and download the underlying dataset. In QGIS, we masked the vegetation data with South Korea's admin. In QGIS, we masked the vegetation data with South Korea's administrative boundary and use a custom command model to export per cell vegetation indicator as a CSV. For meteorological input, we download the ASOS dataset and collected observations from station near the study area. Because the domain is large, using a single station could introduce error. To mitigate this, we applied the Bernoulli diagram so that each grid cell inherits weather information from its nearest station. For our target data on spread paths, we process NASA style satellite derived wildfire detection, latitude, longitude, and timestamp. For visualization, each cell tracks three probabilities: unlighted, activity waning, and burned out. We render these as heat map using green, red, and gray.
The following is a simulation calculation method. The basic idea is to multiply the probability of not spreading before by the probability of not spreading in the adjacent cell as the probability of spreading next. Furthermore, we also performed a diffusion rate correction using the expected values of each features. To prevent overflow of transplants, we designed an equation to output a smaller value by comparing the result of transplantation with 1.
I performed simulations fitting using multiple linear regression and developed a simulation model that achieved a prediction accuracy of 58%.
Our future research directions can be simulation verification of wildfires in other regions, and also mathematical modeling and exploration of the non-oxidizing flame phenomenon, one of the phenomena that significantly influences the spread of forest fires. These are our references. Thank you for listening.